Hey, Jen Jen. Hey, Alice.
Hey.
Yeah, he made it. I just took my mess. There you go. Hey, Pamela.
Hey, Pam. Hello.
Uh, uh, Sabina sent a thing, said, 4-year-old boy missing in Jasper, Alabama. Uh, that's about 4 hours from here. Uh, Authorities saying its emergency missing child alert went missing yesterday. Still have not found this child. 4-year-old Jonathan Everett Bowley went missing with a dog named Buck. Boy has blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing a yellow Mickey Mouse shirt and black pants and Paw Patrol shoes. Um, I don't know what we need to. Hey, Lisa. Hey, you just got done watching. Uh, what do I hit? What do I put in? Hey, Patricia. Uh, I I don't know. She said she just got done watching that, and then uh, Sabina didn't send a clip, but if there's if there's something I can, Jonathan Everett Ball, I'll try just to suspend search. Yeah. Uh, I just seen where they asked to suspend search. Why? What was the reasoning behind that? Hey, Savannah. Uh, did you find a clip on this boy, this Jonathan Everett? Um, I would like to see what's going on. Uh, I heard that they were trying to uh, stop the search. Okay, Everett Bali, 4-year-old. Why is it not playing? Hey, Lynn. Hey, everybody.
Hey everyone.
Where is the sound?
The video might not have sound, maybe.
Well, it'd have to have sound. I mean, what's the deal here?
If you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. And President Trump responded, says Fox News.
I don't give a flip.
All right, breaking news, breaking news. There is a massive search.
No, listen to that. This will have to be from. There's no sound.
Yesterday, we got a call about a missing 4-year-old. Turned out to be a missing 5-year-old at 12:28 yesterday. Once law enforcement deputies got on the scene, they cleared the residence with RPS just to make sure that the children wasn't hiding in the house. Once we were able to determine that the children wouldn't hide inside the residence, we got our drones in the air, aviation support from Aaliyah, Jefferson County. So we've been working ground crews since about 1:15 and drones and aviation using thermals and things of that nature. Used Donaldson K9s yesterday. We went all the way through the night to about 3 o'clock in the morning. The aviation went to refuel. We started back up this morning. This morning, we had an overwhelming response of individuals from the community, surrounding communities, who wanted to come out and help search and help us find this missing 5-year-old. Now, as far as an update, obviously this morning, when we briefed, we made sure that people understand the father has been charged. It's nothing to do with the connection of the missing child, but it's something totally separate. But it is still a factor that is hindering our search. Okay, we have a search warrant for the property that they're having to take care of some explosive devices before we can actually get inside the residence and start doing a thorough search. There's been evidence of explosive devices on the property during the search, and we have suspended the search for civilians. We've asked them to refrain from searching at this time until we're able. We have identified at least 8 other potential explosive devices. We do not believe that they're charged, but I cannot say that to be sure until they're examined by the FBI bomb explosives team. So we've got those 8 spots that's across the street marked and identified, waiting on them to assess the situation.
And do you guys have any kind of indication on why these explosive devices may have been on the property to begin with?
The father's prior military. It's just something that neighbors have said they've been hearing explosions for weeks now. They didn't really know where it was coming from. The morning before the report came in, one of the neighbors reported that they heard an explosion about 4 a.m. that morning. They just didn't know where it came from. Can't say that that's in any kind of connection to the missing child. I will say this, that we've been going on now well over 24 hours of looking for the child, and we have not gotten really any indication of the child being in the woods. We've got no thermal, no imagery from the helicopter and drones. Ground searches hasn't revealed anything to my knowledge. If it has, it's nothing that Instant Command has made me aware of at this time. But other than the potential for explosive devices,
Yeah, it must
on the
be.
other
It's
side
not
of the roadway from the original property that we started.
It's not buffering on my
Are
end.
those 8 devices, are they near any homes, or is there any concern for the people who live on them?
Wooded areas. Yes.
Sheriff, you mentioned that the civilian search has been suspended, or law enforcement still out?
So right now it's law enforcement, first responders, fire departments. We're still doing our stuff. As far as just the citizens and volunteers that's come to volunteer, we're going to put that to a halt for right now.
Are you asking for anything?
You
I know
are probably
asked for
the
volunteers right now,
dumbest
but is there food donations, water donations,
police
anything people can do to
officer
support
on the
them?
face
Yeah,
of
so
the
we
planet.
do have a group of volunteers here that are accepting food, trying to make sure that everybody's here that's fed and hydrated throughout this process. And like I said, it's been an overwhelming response. Everybody's concerned about this child. Obviously, when you talk about the last 24 hours, the weather conditions and things of that nature, for it to be a 5-year-old out there is very concerning.
Now you can get
I don't-
Zaxby's Asian Sensation flavor on a salad.
I don't understand
Or in a giant wrap.
stupid people. I just don't understand it.
To be a 5-year-old out there is very concerning. And
I want to ask you about the dog that the child was.
He just said very concerning, but want to put a stop on the search. Don't add up, does it?
Reported to be seen. You mentioned that the last time the dog had been seen on a neighbor's camera was the 26th. Can you
Yes,
kind of just
so
clarify that for me?
yes, so the canine has not been located as well. So the canine is still missing. Talking to one of the neighbors, is that dog showed up pretty much every day on their game cameras at their corn feeder. The last time that he has the dog on his camera was on the 26th, the afternoon of the 26th.
And you mentioned at the beginning about children. So were there other children in the home with the father?
No, it was just the brother.
Okay,
It's
so
two brothers, yeah, age 5 and 6.
And I know that the parents are separated. Did the father have custody of the children? Was he just taking care of them on holiday?
Yeah, to my knowledge, the custody situation was the father got 5 days of custody a year.
And has he been cooperative? Has he said anything throughout this?
5 days a year.
I can't speak on that. You know, the FBI did an interview last night. Obviously, they will follow up once we get our timeline and everything in order. They'll do some more in-depth interviews and see what we can come up with.
With it getting cold again overnight, is there any other plans to use those thermal drones again?
Yes. So the aviation landed. They're bringing their helicopter out of Montgomery to get started back up with the air searches and thermal searches. Yes.
Can you give us an idea of the number of resources over here? Like, do you know how many total law enforcement? We're seeing a lot of different departments.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got agencies from, you know, just the ones I've seen, and I'm sure there's some here that I haven't seen. You know, we have the FBI here, we have SBI here, we have Aaliyah here, we have Summerton Police here, Jasper Police Department, Adamsville Police Department, Jasper PD. You know, just locally, I don't know outside in the Jefferson County what agencies that we have here. I've seen some Jefferson County deputies earlier.
We saw some connections to Florida on the mom's side. So is the boy from here or is he from Florida?
No, the boys, the mother, from my knowledge, moved to Florida about a year ago, and the dad gets visitations. Like I said, my understanding of the visitations is 5 days per year.
I know the father that's been charged, you mentioned that there's no connection to disappearance. Is there any indications of criminal elements of the disappearance, or is it still too early in the investigation?
It's still too early to say one way or the other. Obviously, the concern is, as you can see, the resources that we have put into searching, the amount of people that we have had out searching, the grid patterns that we have searched. When you take the ground searching plus the air searches, the fact that we haven't found the child is concerning.
At this point, is it still a search or is it turning more?
We're still going to remain optimistic, and we're going to call it the search.
And you mentioned that there were 8 explosive devices on this side of the road. Do you know how many yet were at the property?
I have not briefed. We're briefing here in the next 30 minutes or so with the FBI and all the agencies to kind of get that. You know, everybody is doing their own thing. The FBI has been processing the house, trying to get the explosive devices contained and out of the residence since, I guess, about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. So they're still working on that. So once we get everybody back in, you know, all the agencies together and kind of go over what we have accomplished today and see where we're at and see what the next phase of this is going to be.
Sheriff, can you give a plea to the public who lives in this area? You've been mentioning a lot about trail cams, deer cams, everything. Just want to give you a chance to kind of talk about how important it is to turn over that video and where to turn it to.
Yes. So right now we're working on a tip line with the FBI. That way individuals, and I will release that information when we get it available to where we can get it centralized, where all the tips aren't getting spread out to everywhere, where there'll be a one hub of information we'll be able to go to, and they will be able to send it to that. I encourage the public to, one, if you live in this area, be vigilant. Look under your cars if you haven't drove them in a few days. Look in your garages, look in your carports, look anywhere where a child would be looking.
Anywhere you don't have
to get, out of the elements.
And is the mother here? Have you spoken to her? How is she doing?
The mother did make it in last night from Florida. We have spoken to her, and she has cooperated with us to the best of her abilities.
How big is the search area?
I don't know exact mileage or a route, at this present moment, without talking to Instant Command. They're mapping. They got a mapping program that they're mapping everybody in their searches.
Dummy. Does anybody know this mother's?
Here's how to safely trim
this
your dog's
boy's
nails without
mother's
fear,
name?
stress, or risk of infection. 9 months ago, I just
Okay. Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Yes, this is the address. They're saying it's a rural area at 11:30. Boy and the dog. The boy is with the dog. This area here of Alabama. Massive, massive search going on right now.
Not now.
There's actually 2 press conferences, too, that we got to go over. As I was covering this, apparently like another one came out. So
we need to know the boy's mother's name.
I don't know. So the whole thing is says, let's look at the first. Let me see the first press conference over here. This was, I think they've been doing daily, like multiple press conferences.
The report came in. One of the neighbors reported that they heard an explosion about 4 a.m. that morning. They just didn't know where it came from. Can't say that that's in any kind of connection to the missing child. I will say this, that, we're about 4 a.m. It's for the father's prior military.
I don't want to hear no more
it's
about
just
him.
something that neighbors have.
We got to have something to go off of. We got to have the mother's name or something. There's a brother. He has a brother. The only way, and I pray to God, we call out to this little fella, we don't hear a dadgum word. But I'm afraid that's not going to be the case this time. But we got to have something that he can lean on. We've got to have the mother's name. They didn't call out the father's name. They've not called the mother's name. They ain't called out the brother's name. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack when you ain't got nothing to let a child fall back on. Jameson. Okay, and he's in custody. Jameson. Okay. Well, and we got to remember, we got to remember now we're dealing with a very young child, and the least anything can push one away quick. Again, I pray to God we don't hear a word about him. But we've had it on 8 minutes now, listening to what it said. maybe 10 minutes, and we done got something that ain't worth 15 cents right here. Walker County, the sheriff don't want to tell what all other authorities and counties are surrounding and also helping looking. Sounds to me like he wants to save wages with his team and his county and back off the search. Uh, that brings down the cost of pay for his city or town, which is pathetic. Uh, and that's the only reason. That is the only reason why he's doing that. And that's the only reason anybody does it on any search teams, especially if it's coming from authorities, police. Uh, Now the only ones a lot of time will not give up for a long time is FBI or CIA. Uh, but I was told that this happened yesterday, and I I don't know if the temperatures got down to freezing there yesterday or not, but here was yesterday. I think was uh, in the low 40s. I think, but I don't think that's going to have a factor in the ball game here. Uh, Somebody's holding back something. Somebody is definitely 100% holding back. Uh, Now, what in the world kind of, well, you can see, that look like a boy or girl.
Looks like a girl.
You guys tell me what you think.
Unless that's a boy that has girl features.
Do you guys see that? Take a real good look. Look at the hair, everything. Angel, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Mom, Angel. Wait, hold on. Hold on. We're gonna have to do a recap from last night because that name came through 4 times yesterday.
What, Angel?
Yes.
Huh.
You can watch yesterday's show and you will hear that name 4 times. And I didn't think nothing about it, you know, until just now. So you just has long hair? Okay. Well, either way, a cute little feller. And let's get the facts straight to start with. All right. The dad is ex-military. I'm sure he deals with PTSD. All right, well, I can kindly go off something with that right there as well, Sabina, that I've I've seen myself. Uh, let's just let me get all this squared away. So the father is in custody. Okay, he's ex-military. Jameson Bowley. Now this little feller here, Jonathan Everett, has a brother. Now I guess that same mom, not same dad. Okay. Now there's some out of Jasper County, Walker County. Um, Sheffield should come out if they carry it on. Um, Now like I said, PTSD, schizophrenia. I had a friend that took his own life after he come back from service, and I seen the things that he had to go through uh, once he come back, and you could tell he wasn't himself. Period. And it's a crying daggum shame that they can't get help, and that's just the truth. They cannot get the help they deserve. Then they come back, and then some crazy crap happens. They should be set up with someone to help these people, no matter what the situation is. You know, they fight to keep us as free as we possibly can be, and then they come back and they're called baby killers and this and that and another. That's a that's enough to get on anybody daggone nerve. But there's a catch here. He is only getting 5 days a year. Now, how's that working out? You know, I've seen a lot of court cases, and I've never heard of 5 days a year. Now, and I also know that by experience. I got a cousin that is a judge, uh, a county, and she won't hold custody cases anymore because she made the wrong decision. And when the wife and the kids came outside right after she ruled on it, he killed all of them and then turned the gun to himself. And she said she'd never hold another case for custody. But 5 days out of a year, okay, something's right. She's had to report some crap. I'm telling you. They probably had multiple times of having to go to court. Uh, and then you got, Jasper County putting their 2 cents worth in it. You got Walker County putting their 2 cents worth in it, which is wanting to shut down and quit. Um, Mom from Florida, uh, uh, where did I put it? Angel. Ain't that what it was? Angel Bowley. Okay. Um, so apparently they're trying to keep some names out of the spotlight here, uh, off the top. Um, that makes them feel like they're more important if they don't give you all the information that people deserve to hear. Uh, Now, when it comes to explosives, um, and I looked at that surrounding about 8 miles surrounding on this clip right here, and it was a lot of wooded area, a couple of creeks, whatnot. Hey, Judy, and when my buddy come out of the military, he was in the Marine Corps. Um, he was bad about making a little explosive. Hey, Beth, Happy New Year to you too, honey. Uh, he would make a little bitty explosives, and they would kind of be, well, kind of be like in a glass bowl, like a sealed up um, bowl, like almost like a light bulb. And he'd put some stuff down there in it, and he would put a cable on the end of it, strike it, and he did it to knock down beaver dams. and it would have a little pop to it because you know beavers is aggravating as things they is on the planet nearly. They'll tear down a levee quick, and you know then it goes more than that, and then more than that. And what they don't realize is these people that come back from the military, they have dealt with C4, uh, UC bombing, um, you know, all the way down to hand grenades, uh, landmine. They know how to set these things on a tripwire. Um, they know how to take a life and cover all traces. And there's one thing that sheriff said that even made halfway sense is that the dad's in custody, and that is only one of the main holdups to finding the boy. Uh, because they know that the father did this. Um, it must have been his 5 day of the year to be visited. But boy, ain't this a good way to start off the new year. Um, what I'm saying is, guys, these kind of things a lot of times can be prevented when it is ex-military. Uh, you know, they see so much that it just consumes them. You know, they do 2 or 3 tours, they come back, they're not their self. You know, um, it takes a lot of therapy just to even get back down to normal a little bit, which is no excuse. But either something went on that maybe he wanted to get back with the boy's mom so he could have more time with the children. She says no. Now this is just a theory. Okay, you don't let me see my son no more than 5 days a week, even if it's what it's said through court. Okay, you don't act like that. You, me, neither one will ever see him again. And trust me, don't think that they don't think like that because they do. And with them talking about explosives in the house, you can't go out and just buy flares. You cannot do that anymore. They are places that you can go to um, that cops go to buy up, handcuffs, new vestes, and things like that right there. But just a normal person can't walk up in there and get all that kind of stuff. You have to show that you're an authority figure. So I'm figuring he may have had a connection with someone to make some little small things that are combustible, and it may have a pinch or two of the clay from a claymore or C4, and which would make a bigger bang, blow up a mailbox, throw in the bed of a truck, and split the truck in half. You know, um, all the way up to throwing one in and blowing up a whole house. Just whatever he decides he wanted to do, minimum or the most. They said they heard a pop at 4 a.m. Well, they seen the dog on trail cam there for a while, and the last time they seen it was on the 26th. No, they can't. They can't. I seen a guy one time. There's a truck backfired, and he reacted so quick. He reached down. He didn't have no gun on him, but that was his go-to. He reached down to grab his gun, and it's just a normal reaction for them. It really, really messes your mind up. The mom had to either said something to him. Maybe he's asked for more time with his son, and maybe she kind of crossed him up when they went to court and said, "Look, he's ex-military. I'm on the skittish side of letting him have him all the time. Hey, John, um, what can we do to let him have a few days, at least a year?" Now that probably come out of the mom's mouth, and that was granted. Well, maybe he thought that's not enough. I've served this country. I come back here, can't do nothing, can't do. Everything's going south for me, and now I don't get to see my child but 5 days a year. That'd be enough to drive any man nuts. I mean, I'm telling you, which again, like I said, that's no excuse. But if we're going to have anything for this Jonathan Everett Boley to fall back on, it's going to be his mama. That's going to be his safe zone. And thank God you gave me that. So this took place yesterday, and now it is 10:53 p.m. the next day. So yes, well over 24 hours. I I would give anything under the sun when we do this that we don't hear anything. But I'm having all kind of mixed emotions here, and I'm afraid it's at the latter part of the deal. And if it is, he would do the unexpected being military. You heard that cop say that they want to do an inside search first to see if the child might be hiding in the home. He already knew they were going to do that. People, I can't stress. Military screws your mind, but it makes you also, in one way, sharp as a tack. If they heard an explosion at 4 o'clock in the morning, the child went missing. That could have been a divert. You got to remember, again, military. A lot of time they'd have open fire on your right hand, sometimes catch you on the six so you can move, go up an alleyway, cover you from the top. Somebody's got your six. He could make someone think that there was an explosion in one spot and it actually be in a different spot. If this man took the life of his child, he did not do it like that. It would be quick, fast, in a hurry, because in the military such as that, you are trained to kill. And a little old 5-year-old boy, it would take just a blink of an eye. And that boy would be put somewhere right under everybody's nose. Um, they're good with that. They think that they got to cover this, they got to cover that, they have to cover their tracks on this one. And next thing you know, he's doing everything that he's ever learned. Jonathan Everett Bowley went missing yesterday from Walker County. Um, his dad is ex-military. He is in custody at the moment for some other charges. I don't know if that has anything to do with his being out of the service. I don't know. Here in Alabama, um, down in Walker County, Alabama, uh, Jasper is close. The next state city over, Jasper, Fairfield. There's several little towns and cities right there, right crumbled up together. It's about 4 hours from here. Jasper County. Goodness gracious. And I guess the mom came. He said she showed up yesterday night or this morning. Yeah, this morning. So I guess she had the other boy, the brother, because apparently that's not his dad. They just have the same mama. Um, Tarek 9510. Hey, thank you for being here. If you like this kind of content, think about giving us a subscribe. It's totally free. And you're already down here in chat. You ought to meet all these lovely people. We've grown to be a good little family here. But I just want you to know that you will. I noticed one unsubscribed last night. And I know why. It's because they didn't get their name drawn last night. But let me show you here real quick. We got up to 21. Well, that's back. So if you subscribe, Tarek, if you subscribe, we will be back at 2,622. So we all would be very grateful for you and thankful if you would hit the subscribe button. And being here at JSV, okay, Cassie, being here at JSV, that is the only way people get sessions done, any type of reading or whatever, has to be my subscribers. Goodness, Tarek, thank you. He just gave it, or her, Tarek. Terry, maybe a female, Terry K. Terry K.
For a boy or girl.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You can bet your bottom dollar we need that. Daggone. That is greatly appreciated. You're awesome. Thank you. Okay, so are we all on the same page pretty much? Wally has left my TV and my home alone. Mm-hmm. Well, Beth, we can always get that started back up, I'm always very good about stirring up stuff. Mother always did say I had a good job taking it apart, but there's always some screws that was still left over when I put it back. But anyway, okay. This is a 5-year-old child. We have had, this will be the first one for this year. Jonathan Everett Bowley. It'll be one that I won't forget because it's the very first child for 2026. Um, everybody, and I'm talking about every one of you. Before we start this thing, I want you to do two things. Pray that he could be somewhere and alive. Cool. That he's somewhere alive. But also, please, please ask the Lord, and I'm talking about now with an open heart, that if this man took this child's life, that child never felt any pain. That it to be so quick, he felt nothing. And I want every one of you to do it right now before I call out to him. Because believe it or not, if we can get him to say something, especially about his mom, that's a trigger object. That's going to be his comfort blanket. Then we'll know who we're talking to. Yeah, I like getting them to a place before then. Limbo seems to work pretty good. Derek here is just fitting in right like a glove. Daggone it. Can't wait for you to sub up and be part of JSV. Daggone it. All right. Lord have mercy. Please don't let us hear nothing of this child. And if we do, I ask you in Jesus' name, please, not have to let that child feel anything. I know we say it in your name and it will be done. I have faith. Thank you. That is one thing that ain't nobody on the face of this earth can take away from me is my faith in the Lord, and everybody here knows it. And that's his very words. Ask it in my name, and it shall be done. Yeah. But if we do hear from this child, I never have wanted to ask questions to a child that's an adult issue problem. I don't want to say, did you know this was going to happen? I could say something like, did you feel a little different this time, or something such as that, but I don't want to ask a 5-year-old adult questions. You know what I mean? I want us to get down and to that level. Sometimes it is weird. Mine sometimes does that, but it ain't now. Well, it ain't tonight. Yes. Yes. So we don't have to worry with the father right now because, like I said, he's in custody. He's up there in the jailhouse. Uh, and like I said, I'm just gonna say it again. He took this child's life with him being ex-military. He could have done it to where this child has not felt nothing. That would be the best outcome, other than us not hearing a word from him. If we do not hear anything from him, then we know he's still with us. But regardless, he was under the care of Jameson, the father, and it is his responsibility, his neglection for letting the child not be where he's supposed to be during his 5 days a year program. Uh, so we know that the only
Diagnostics.
the only um, person that has anything over this, like I said, would be the dad. And that's what the sheriff meant when he said that's what's holding up finding the child, because they've got him in custody. And he may say something like, "You let me out and I'll show you where the child's at," and then try to make a run for it. But I don't think the law is going to fall for it this time. Now, sometimes they will let you go back to a crime scene and show them where, certain remains are and here and there. Now, they do that from time to time. But I bet this blew up quicker on him than he thought, because it's like I said, it's just a little over 24 hours since that took place. Yes, Beth. Yes, 100%. Honored as it's in heaven. Yes. Going to be reaching out to a Jonathan Everett Boyley, 5-year-old. He went missing yesterday. If anyone, and I'm going to need some help on this one, if anyone knows or knows of Jonathan Everett Boyley, this 5-year-old little boy, turn his energy toward me. Reaching out to a Jonathan Everett Boyley, 5 years of age. Jonathan Everett Boyley. Yes, Everett is in his name. Hang on. I'm reaching out to a Jonathan Everett Boyley. Yeah, Boyley. Jonathan Everett Boyley. Can you hear me? My name's JD. I'm here to give you a voice. Yeah, he would be new here. Turn his energy toward me. If he is here in the realm, turn his energy toward me. Jonathan, wait. I am not going to listen to anything except questions and answers for Jonathan Everett Boyley. 5-year-old Jonathan Everett Boyley. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can Jonathan Everett Borley, can you tell me if you can hear me, quit butting in and let the children speak around here, daggum it. Jonathan Everett Borley, can you tell me your mom's name? Let Jonathan Everett Borley, can you tell me your mom's name? Jonathan Everett Borley. If you can hear me, if you're in the realm, I want you to understand that I am only here to give you guys a voice to tell your story of what's happened. Is your father's name Jameson? Don't try to talk for this child. Jonathan Everett Borley. You said it's me. Are you Jonathan Everett Borley? Wait, sir. Do you have a brother? Yeah. Jonathan Everett Borley. Is it true? Is it true that you get to spend 5 days a year with your dad? Wait. Jonathan Everett Borley. Is it true? Back off. Is it true that you get to only spend 5 days a year with your dad? I just heard Angel. Jonathan Everett Borley. If you can hear my voice, can you tell me what's happening? Jonathan Everett Boyley. Can you tell me? Can you tell me if you are 5 years old? Stop. Jonathan Everett Boyley. Can you tell me if you are 5 years old? Wait. What about Mom? Jonathan Everett Boyley. Can you hear me? Boyley. Jonathan Everett Boyley. Are you 5 years old? Jonathan Everett Boyley. Can you tell me what has happened? Jonathan Everett Boyley. Do you live in Florida with your mom? You only get to spend 5 days with your dad? You did because of Mom? That's probably what some papers told them to do, your parents. Jonathan Everett Boyley. Did you ever see that your dad was making anything in the home that looked weird? The guy that spoke said blew something up. What? The dog's out. Do you know where it went? Did anything happen to your dog? I want to remind you again, Jonathan Everett Boyley, you can feel safe and comfort here to speak. I give you guys a chance to have a voice, to tell your story. Can you tell me what Dad has done? Does Dad know where you are, Jonathan Everett Boyley? I want to ask you this again, Jonathan Everett. Do you know what happened to you? I cannot understand when you pile it all together like that. The only thing that I did get out of it was, so I don't know if it was him or someone else, because that one was rattling on, but I heard something about was shot. So Jonathan Everett Boyley, did you know that there's was a search team out looking for you? Jonathan, you can trust here.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to know if you know what happened, Jonathan Everett Boyley. Dad put what on you? What did Dad put something on you that could blow up? Jonathan Everett Boley. You said dad put that on me. Did he put anything on you that could blow up? Try to stay focused. Jonathan Everett Boley. Did your dad put something on you that could blow up? I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but it's kind of in a whisper. Something other. He wasn't nothing but an asshole. Reason I'm asking questions like this is, and why you're hearing me say the name over and over, is to make sure that I can get their attention. And I do that on a lot of my sessions. I do. As things like, do they know someone's name? They know their age and all this good stuff. He's only giving bits and pieces here. But he don't know to trust here yet either. But he heard some people and Summer say, yeah. Jonathan Everett Boley. You just had Christmas with your mother. Jonathan, I know you don't come out but 5 days a year, but would you happen to know if there's any water places around, like creeks or ponds or anything? I'm going to ask again too, Jonathan. 5-year-old Jonathan Everett Boley. Can you tell me what your dad did to you? Let this child speak. Yes, you always need to let the children speak first. Don't talk for him. Let him answer. Jonathan Everett Bully. Can you tell me something? Can, can you tell me something you got for Christmas? Did you get you something you liked? There's a woman there, elderly woman there, that just said he didn't want to leave. Jonathan Everett Bully, you did not want to go to your dad's? Let's go back to something a little easier here. Jonathan Everett Bully. Can you tell me something you got for Christmas? What? Did you get you some cars or a truck or? Did you? Jonathan. Jonathan Everett Bully. You can trust me here. All I do is give you a voice, love. And anybody that wants to, they can watch this. They can be happy hearing you, or if they're self-righteous, then we don't give a damn about that either. What's important is you. You can be happy here. You can speak anytime you want to, bad or good, about your dad or anybody else you want to. You're not going to be judged here, buddy, for whatever you want to say. You're welcome. Jonathan, when you said that Dad put something on you, that's why I asked you if there were any water around anywhere. Don't say that. Don't ever, yes, but don't say that again. Don't say the D word. Were you put into some type of water? Before something happened? Jonathan Everett Bully. I'm gonna ask you an easy question. Did you know that your father is up at the jailhouse right now? Jonathan Everett Bully. Always give a spirit a chance to say something to a loved one. So, Jonathan Everett Bully, is there anything that you would like to say to your mom, your dad, or your brother? Jonathan Everett Bully. He did bomb. Don't know if this is relevant or not, but I heard someone say Nancy. I don't know if that might be somebody that was in his life in some which way, or if they're talking about maybe Nancy Grace has now picked up the case as well, and talking about it. But hell, man, let me get back to the comments here. When I'm doing these, I cannot concentrate on the chat and what I'm trying to do here at the same time. So let's get to the comments, and then we'll get to what is terrible here. Yes, communicating with, yes, just a little boy, 5 years old. Yeah, it's sad. What on earth is that background noise? That is other spirits wanting to try to talk at the same time. They cram in, and I try to slow them down a little bit. But sometimes it works, sometimes it won't. And then sometimes I tell whoever I'm calling out to just push through and try to get an answer out, the best they can. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay, Carol. Okay. Okay. Yes. Did you sub? if you did, it's gonna be up on 22. Well, it says 21. Well, you might not have subbed yet though, because maybe wait until after. Now we're down 2. So the one that did subscribe unsubscribed. So earlier it was 2,621. If they would have subscribed, it would have been 2,622. So somebody else has jumped off, and I'm pretty sure it's because I didn't get to the uh, comments in time. But I've explained this 1,000 times. I can't pay attention to the comments while I'm trying to interact with a spirit. That is confusion, and this little feller here, he still is not trusting the situation. He's just able to hear his own voice. And if we push too hard, we'll push him away. But some people just don't like it if I ain't reading their comment right off the bat, and I can't help it. Yeah, it's crazy. May have, Alice. Well, we've lost 2 subscribers since we've been talking about this little boy here. I don't know where the dog is, but that, the things that was said is you're not could be well, we got him to say that Jameson is the father, and that he only sees his dad 5 days a year. He said yes when I asked him if the mom's name was Angel. He said yes. He said it's me. Yeah, dog is out. Yeah, mom. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Um, and then I asked another question, and he said I did. And then I heard blew up, and then I heard a child say he was a off person, kind of saying, he's, maybe just not all there, kind of deal. And when I was talking about him going to his dad's, he said because of mom. And then, like I said, I don't know if this is got anything to do with this one or not, but I heard was shot. And then I heard dad put that on me. And I just had Christmas with my mother. Yeah. He did. And then the word bomb. So we didn't coach nobody. You ain't gonna coach a spirit no way of anything. But for these words to come out like bomb, uh, you know, just about the dog, he put that on me. I just had Christmas with my mother. It would just take some time to get some trust built up. You got to make a rapport with children and teens and adults. Um, I, hmm. And that's why I was asking if they may have been a body of water or something around, because probably, yeah, I'm sure he's scared his world turned upside down. Uh, you know, well, I asked, could he have been put in some source of water, a creek or a pond or something? If the dad made an explosive and put it on that child, now, I'm not saying this is what happened, but it's leaning toward it. If he made an explosive and put it on that child and pitched that child out in the creek or in a pond or anywhere, when that exploded, all that other, everything is going to sink to the bottom of the daggum uh, uh, water, um, maybe except for some pieces of clothing. Well, you can drag the clothes and whatnot back to the bank with a limb or stick or something. Um, but I figure with maybe the mom has said something, set him off. I don't know. Or he said that he come because of mom. He didn't want to come see his dad. So I guess with the dad hearing that his son didn't want to come, probably pissed him off. And that's when all this went down. I mean, there's a few reasons and motives that could be behind this, but we know that it's the dad's fault no matter what. And you know, like I said, all we can do is go off what the children tell us. Um, and that's just intelligence. Just had Christmas with my mother. Dad put that on me. I mean, you just can't sit and make that stuff up. Um, well, guys, it's already nearly 12 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. She's got to work tomorrow. So, uh, anyway, thank you for being here. And we will see you tomorrow. Keep an eye on your devices. I don't know exactly what time I'll go live. Good night, everybody, and love you.